Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi guys, I'm back again with my new character. No, the Void Knight is temporarily taking a rest. He's hit level 81 without dying, and he's just pooped. So I have created another character. And she's only up to level 8. She's young.
A terror's blessing. Prayers be with you.
Right now we've got that on for some movement speed. Got that on for 125 health and more movement speed. Oh,
Impossible. No. Everything okay? What?
Who's kidnapped? Blah 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 blah
Stay safe. Stay alive.
That's the point. I'm just winging it. I am not following a build guide this time. I imagine I'm going to need to respec out of that because I think I'm going Warlock. Don't think I have access to the respec just yet. We will continue to put more points into intelligence for now, and then we'll refund those. Good evening to whomever has joined me, and that's not where I wanted to go. I've gone to the wrong place. You distracted me. It's not my fault. Your fault. I'll make that completely clear. Also, I have set aside a bunch of low-level gear for any new characters I was making. I should take a look and see. Alright, that is... Ooh, 6 of it. No, but we've got that. Mana Strike. No. Those are level 17 for the ladles. Oh, it's more health. More useful than having... Oh. That's not, because I'm wielding a staff. Physical spells and spell physical damage. Physical. Necrotic, but that one's physical. Anything else? Poison skills. All attributes isn't bad. Minions. I am still using the minions. I think the all attributes is probably better than that. Pardon the slurping. Let me burn another 65,000 gold. Congratulations. I have a tab just for him. And I can get an offhand here. Let's see. Can go with a shield. That one has 2 LP. And I didn't do anything with it. Did I not do anything with it? I don't know. Elemental resistance is there. That's probably helpful. I think the other slab we had was a lot more health, so yeah, we'll go with that. There we are. We're set, sort of. ish. And those are 17, 15. 15 for the gloves. Alright. I'm now prepared to dish out the damages. I'm not going to be doing elemental damage, but increased attack damage for the pets and everything seems good. Keeping in mind that I'm not going to be sticking with the pets. Once we hit 20. I think Warlock. Where's the goddamn bazooka artillery firing assholes? I'm the only thing allowed to off-screen around here, I'll have you know. Now we go back to the Nemesis. We're going to empower it. Lightning strikes, in case you weren't paying attention. So I know I had said I was going to be playing Railgods today, but they changed their... oh, I have a sneeze coming. They changed the release date for the early access. I'm sorry I did not get to that in time. I apologize. That was rude, genuine. One thing they definitely need to do is give us what, of all things, PoE 2 gave us, which is escape to pause. Come on, guys. It's such a huge improvement in the quality of life of freaking gameplay. Freaking hate them so much. What I have in the way of a catalyst right now. His resistance isn't terrible. But I have a couple of things I can throw that'll add just a bunch of affixes onto these, and maybe they can be good. Not likely, but it is possible, and well, I ain't doing nothing else with them. Relic. No, not relics. Glyphs. I can never keep them straight. So there was an interesting chart of which classes and specs in last Epoch have the best options, shall we say, for getting resists on the trees. you know, the spec trees. The passive trees. And by far the sentinels. Just have that completely under control, and rogues the worst. Rogues can get a little bit of poison resist. And that's the only resist they can get on the tree, the passive tree. Let's see, where was I putting stuff here? Their attack speed, cast speed, and move speed. They're just angry, angry skeletons. You know? I think this has to come off. Put away. But int, there's resist, and health regen seems really good to me. This is almost certainly better. Let's see, and these are a couple of things I'm gonna. That one's not likely to work out, but I will gonna try. Sometime. All right. Boom. What would I need to replace my boots? Basically just movement speed. So if any of these had multiple movement speeds and anything else good, well, cooldown recovery is not bad. Sure. Oh, Keep hitting the wrong button. I should probably stop doing that. All right, we are going to empower again. Pretty big. Stop shooting stuff at me, jerk. I don't think he's going to be fun to kill the third time. As he was much, much less friendly than the first time I fought him. That's doing necrotic. That's the minions doing a lot more damage. Okay, yeah, there. I'm still primarily the minions are keeping things busy. some more stuff over here. Definitely a much, much slower build than the last one. I don't know what's over there. I don't know if we go that way or not. I don't remember. My brain is turning into Cheese Whiz, guys. Right in front of you. Another level for these guys. Shorter cooldown for the Wandering Spirits. What to my Wandering Spirits should appear. We'll be kicking players who on a prior version in 5 minutes. So there's a server update I patched earlier, but I don't know if there was another patch. Guess we'll find out in about 5 minutes. Skeletons are on the big bad things. Bear with me just a sec here. Just have to ban another bot asshole driver. I'd love to team up sometime. Fuck off. Not you guys. Glad you guys are here. The bullshit. The same spammy messages every time. It's just...
Epoch. Reaching me was impressive, but it's mine. Co-member wing.
Ooh, that was not good. Do not stand in that place. Note to self. He's enjoying himself. It's important that you try to, enjoy your work. him. Getting close, getting close, getting close. Get him, get him, get him, finish him. Thank you.
Now get me out of here. Lord Terra, I will be there. The path, if more, which, speaking of,
Back to town.
I must reach Lynn at once.
Little bit slower starting. Of course, the other character I did was pretty slow starting.
A terror's blessing.
And I'm not following a build guide, so it's not going to be
Prayers
optimal
be with
by
you.
any means. So, a couple things need to get put away. Anything else opened up yet? No, doesn't look like it. Quiet down there. My tummy is talking to me. That's the offhand. Void resistance probably going to be good shortly, as we are due to go back in time very soon and things get dicey. Just a quick check to see if anything else. And I wanted to try and see if I can get lucky. I can't imagine I could get. But I'm going to try. Let's see. Oh, we have all of the runes now. Rune of Discovery adds random tier 1 affixes to all empty slots. I'm not sure I've used one. I haven't used one of these this league, that's for sure. Dex, minion health, cold, and lightning resists. It's not bad. We're also going to throw that on here. Give me good stuff. Spell damage, spell critical hit, void, and necrotic resistances. Okay. Better than that. Let's see what else we can add on. Not that. That. Alright, spell damage. Oh, goes there. That goes back there. Well, we do it again. Doesn't have to have all affixes empty. Fizz resist is good. Fizz damage, damage over time, and lightning resist. I'll take that too. As we are about to go back in time, let's see. 30 void, 47 necrotic. Those are pretty good numbers for level 9.
He's back. And it's all thanks to you.
The Wandering Spirits. I think I'm going to move things around in here a wee bit. Wandering Spirits are a little bit like, sorry, no, it's the Hungering Souls are a wee bit like Summon Raging Spirits.
He's back. He's been quiet since he returned. If you could speak with him.
You're back. Now.
And back, blah, blah, blah. You talk, and now you
I'm sorry,
send me back in time. For reasons that aren't clear.
What's best for us all. With the Epoch's power, I'll finally be able to.
There's one of the shards. Pardon me, I guess I just sharded myself. I hit the wrong button. There we go. I'd rather have 2 warriors. More likely to keep the attention of the bad guys. The sad guys. Behind blue eyes. Old guy music reference.
How? Where? What just happened? This place is fascinating. Different, but somehow the same.
Will not take me.
Ding 10. Alright, I have finished my end smartification. When we get to town, we'll roll back those 3 and figure out what do we want to do. The damage isn't bad, but I think more likely something up here. Ward, maybe. Or armor, just for defensive purposes. You'll increase damage but lose a % of maximum health each second. It's also required to get to Crimson Gluttony. Nom, 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 nom. Did it again, didn't I? Yep, alright. This time for sure. I'll remember. Honest. I promise. Would I lie to you? Answer to that is yes. Yes. Yes, he would. So I had been hoping that we would be able to play Railgods of Hystera today, but they have changed the early access date. And as I've said before, I'm never going to complain about somebody changing early access date or release date. Nobody is pleased when a game is delayed, but particularly a new game, new gaming company. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So I can't blame them, disappointed or not. I think I'm going to go ahead and swap Busley. Oh, a couple more items dropped.
Worthless anyway.
Doesn't fit? I didn't sell everything because I'm an idiot. Oh, don't run off like in that direction, you silly boy. Oh, is this even considered a minion spell? No, it's not. Interesting data point.
Terra watch over you. Gods.
The last refuge outskirts.
Yes? Gods be with you.
Alright, back to the Keeper's Camp, just long enough to sell all the crap in our inventory.
Right.
Now I can pick up loot again. Given the rate I keep spending my gold on getting new tabs. Yay, level. Mania of Mortality. That leads to ward retention and resists. Chance to poison nearby enemies on kill. Putrid Demise. Health regen, minion health regen, reduced health drain. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's see. Enemies near spirits are feared. Shred necrotic resistances. Spirits are stronger when they're revealed. Move faster and deal more damage multiplicative. That seems okay.
Minimus, run, you stupid
I used to
one.
have a dog.
Leave me.
They took his dog away. No wonder he's just decided to lay down and die.
Your death has come.
Yes, fine. One of the things they need to, I don't want to say do away with, I'll go with fix, is the NPC interactions. Speaking with them is just incredibly clumsy and unfun. Viper Tail. I already have a bunch of Viper Tails.
Gods be with you.
I also think. I'm gonna respec. Ooh. None of this. Yeah, let's respec. Despecialize. Specialize back into Hungering Souls, I think. Hungering Souls fire additional projectiles, cost more mana. Additional spell damage based on your maximum mana, but fewer souls are created. Directly casting it caused you to deal more damage over time against possessed enemies for 8 seconds. It does not stack. Additional damage on hit. We'll just go with the straightforward, give me more damage.
Stay safe.
Give me more damages. I think I would like... Ooh, Bone Curse? Bone Golem. I think another Golem should speed up the leveling process a bit. At this point, that's all I'm doing is just trying to get to level 20, choose my spec, figure out what I'm going to do. Alright, feeling a bit mightier now.
Farewell.
To whom shall we send the condolences message? Soldier. Another level up, and he came back from the grave. Kind of rude, actually. Yeah, just more attacking, faster movement. Ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. Those guys are also not considered minions. Interesting. Keep doing it. Lens, stop making the mistake over and over again. I'll try. All right.
What brings you here? Terra's grace be with you.
So we do get Railgods of Hystera on the 5th, I think. Might be the 7th. And then, of course, on the 15th, Dune Awakening. That's not... early access. That's just a head start. Which I have paid extra for. Because, of course, I am. I am, after all, me. Where are we going again? Not that way, certainly. I feel safe in saying that the dead end is not the way we want to be going. Oh, that... there go their insurance rates. Alright. And now we got a few batches of dinky mobs, and then a big mob. And go into the last refuge.
Your death has come.
You there, help me.
Oh, trying to slip me the tongue.
I'll be right back.
Gross. All right. The council chambers.
See.
Damage leaves you below half health. You summon a revenant. Melee meaning decaying health. Yeah, but that would require me to die, and I don't want to die. Alright, we're going to yoink those points. We're going to yoink those points, is what we're going to do.
Greetings.
60 gold. What? I feel like I'm flat broke. Where else are we looking at going? That one isn't bad when we hit 15. That's a couple of good resists. That's just 1 point in there, I think. Resists are going to be kind of an issue. Although maybe not for necrotic. I already have a good amount of necrotic, so not for necrotic, but poison. Yeah, so we'll want them to get there. That'll be fine. So we've got 4 points here. I don't think we're interested in Blood Pact or Revenant. I think we drop in, get there to 7 and put 5 in there, and then we're ready to make our pick.
Do not dwell on regrets.
Which I think is going to be Warlock.
You, I see. You
only played it
were
once.
brought for Elder Panya. I have every. Please, please. The gods have long left this world.
The gods have
But their
long left
memory
this
will
world.
give you comfort.
Now we actually have some idle slots. And we have a metric shit ton of idols. Not enough space for a large. What do our resists look like? Void or Fizz probably would be best bets. Void resistance and poison pin. Void resistance. Void damage. That'll do for that. What do we got in the way of the smalls? A little bit of fire resistance. We've got another batch of them here. Yeah, here. That's the exact same batch. There. I actually think that is better, so we'll go with that instead. Check the others. That one is better. Betterer. Void and necrotic. Necrotic 16 though. How about elemental? 1. There we go. 2% elemental. Total of 6%. And we need one more. That'll do for now.
Yes?
Now we'll see if we've got anything worth necrotic and minion. Sure. Fast speed, Monon, couple resists. The spell damage is way better. Vit, armor, health. That. Increase spell damage. That's a winner. So this currently has a lot of damage on my minions. But nothing for me. What about me? Since we're going to be swapping out of that. Ooh, spell damage and spell mana cost. That seems quite good. And these will go back to their handy-dandy little boxes. We'll check and see if anything else has become unlocked and an improvement. I don't even know what level we're at yet. 17 for the Alchemist's ladles. We are going to start doing fire damage when we hit... Hey, good evening, Senegal. Welcome back. Nice seeing you again. Evade is replaced by Terrify. But I'm not scary. I'm a nice, friendly man. I'm not at all scary. Minion skills, minion melee. Elemental resistance is pretty good. Less spell damage. Well, let's set this there and try this out.
Follow your feet.
We've got another point here for the Skeletrons. over here. Let's see. We can go there. Instantly kill enemies below a health threshold. I can't say no to a cull. Culls are always good. They're delectable. They're delicious. I'm pushing this character up to the level. Ooh, what do we have? We have those, but I'm also supposed to have some other critter. Oh, I have the Eye of Roger is with me now. Because, yeah, I know about the portal thing. I have no idea who Roger was or what his eye can do. But it's, I assume it's helpful because if nothing else, I'll be able to read in the dark. Yes, it is a Diablo-like game. It is much. Oh, it changed. Now we have an immortal ear. It is much simpler and straightforward. You can make a functional build as a player who's at least a little bit familiar with ARPGs. It's a lot faster playing. In complexity, a lot of people have said it's between D4 and PoE. And right now, they just had their Season 2 drop. Huge improvements in the end game, quality of life stuff. It just does so many things right now. If a player wasn't already a fan of Path of Exile or D4, and I had to recommend one ARPG to play, it would be this one. And I have no problems saying that. The big selling points are things like you have the passive tree here, and then when you hit level 20, you get to choose from 3 other trees for specializations. Whichever one you choose, you can go all the way out to the right. The ones you don't choose, you can still choose some of the skills from, but only to the little chain icon. The skills, every skill has its own skill tree up to level 20, and you can get additional skill points past that. It has a very rich but straightforward crafting system. Let's see if I can improve this item right here. These are the affixes it already has. Chance to slow, chance to chill, does a little cold damage. Spell damage and reduce mana cost. Well, let's just, I don't know. Raise that. Currently it's at 8% and minus 3%. And now it's at 14% and minus 3. Simple, straightforward crafting. Now you can go a lot deeper than that. But that is an example of trying to craft in PoE, which, by the way, PoE's crafting is great. It's very, very deep. But also, PoE 2 in particular. PoE 2 crafting is completely RNG. Whereas here, it is a lot more deterministic. Not completely deterministic. Every item has a certain amount of forging potential, which is how many times you can upgrade things. And the amount it uses is random. But the ability to basically play a build as a first-time player, as has been pointed out, I don't remember who, one of the PoE streamers were talking about how basically because respeccing is easy in this game, you can't brick your build. In PoE 2, you can absolutely brick your build. In a lot of ways, it's the antithesis of PoE 2's sort of primary design goals. They're trying to make an ARPG that's a Souls-like game. This one They're just taking the old-fashioned, I just want to blast monsters and get loot. So a lot more just straightforward fun mechanics. Now, for a lot of people, I expect that's not going to have anywhere near the lifespan of something like a PoE. And that's fine. If it's someone is choosing to make this, let's call it their second ARPG after PoE or Diablo or Grim Dawn or the upcoming Titan Quest 2. I was going to say, or No Rest for the Wicked, but that's got a lot more in common with PoE too. I have almost 800 hours in it. I bought in pretty early on. When they were working on development, they asked Zizarin, would you like to play? And he said, well, I'm going to give my honest opinion. And their response was, oh, God, yes, roast us. Tell us where we suck so we can fix it. And he was so impressed. He ended up, I know he's designed, he's designed a couple of their uniques. And it convinced me. I don't consider my time in it ill spent, even when things were not nearly as polished and good as they are now. They have a system that makes it particularly good if you want to play solo. Oh, by the way, the game has an offline mode as well. Now, your online and offline characters can't cross leagues or gear. But, if you're going away where you're not going to have a network function, guess what? You can still play. Let's see. That's the factions, yeah. There's a thing called the Circle of Fortune, which you have to get to about level 60 or so to open up. But it is a whole bunch of tiers that increase your ability to get loot for yourself if you're playing solo self-found. Increased items drops, chance for Rune of Ascendance to be preserved when you use them, idle duplication, entire sets dropping instead of a set item, double rewards from the endgame Monolith Echoes, affixes are more likely to be exalted or higher tier, and so on. Basically, it's a way for an individual player to control, to a greater degree, the amount of loot and basically the gearing. Now, there is an alternative to it. If you prefer playing the market, there is a sort of a trade faction as well. And you can be in both, but only one at a time. Yes, I right now think that this is the most fun of the ARPGs right now. If you're a PoE 1 player, right now PoE 1 is kind of in maintenance mode until they finish up more of the development of PoE 2. And the last time I played D4, there was a new piece of content. I can't remember what it was. It was sort of like a rogue in that you would defeat some mobs and then you'd have your choices about, more power for mobs, what kind of loot, that kind of stuff. And you had a couple of these choices throughout. And each time when I finished up the dungeon, I had gotten exactly enough unique items to fill my inventory, from empty to full. It was like 33, I think. And that was just so much loot. And that was, in like less than 5 minutes. The amount of loot made it the entire game so boring. Now in this game you're going to see a lot of loot. But because it has an awesome filter, you can choose what to see and what you don't want to see. And the filtering mechanic is really simple and straightforward. Filters. Filters, filters, filters. There it is, loot filter. Currently I have no filter. Here's an example. I created something. This is the rule. Hide all normal and blue magic items. So that's all whites and blues. Will no longer show up on the screen. That's how simple it is. Now you can tune it incredibly deeply. But if that's all you want, there. It's now installed. I will no longer see any white or blue items on the ground. They'll still be there. I can disable the filter and pick them up if I want to, but I won't be able to see them. Okay. Let's go, you jerks. Come on. Come on. Can't fool me. I know you're a bunch of losers. Finish one of them off first. He's almost gone, and we got him. Oh, they killed one of my Skeletrons. And that one won't last long with everybody beating him up. You can see all the blue and white items right there by their little beams. Yeah. I'm glad to talk about games I like. Even more than I'm glad to talk about games I don't like. And frankly, I just think right now this is the most fun ARPG. I need to AFK a sec as my coffee cup run a thunder. I am back.
Gods be with you. Stay safe.
Panion's held life, you please. Stop him.
Let's see. 2 points. All right, we wanted to get to 7 here, at least for now. We would be better off with the armor. I don't know. Maybe? That's the one we wanted. Let's see, we wanted to crack this one. Shatter it. Yeah, we didn't get the one we wanted. Boo! Boo!
Yes.
Fire damage. No, I don't think so. We are at 13. 2 more levels and we can start leveling up the gloves. Right, 15. Set those aside. And I have to reach the precipice. Wait, return to Elder as Urza. Right. Forgot to turn in the goodies to this old fart. Hello, old fart.
What?
Didn't you promise me a reward?
Fine.
Oh, and then he cops attitude about it. Jerk.
Bah.
Are they better than the ones I'm currently using? They are 2% more leech. Well, once I actually get to throwing fire spells, that will be good. Right now, not so much. Oops, and we have another spec point here. Oh, God. Who doesn't love a cull? And we'll get our cull up to 15%. Basically meaning we hit anything that's at 15% life or less, they just fall over dead. Amazing for bossing. We have 2 cuddly purple dogs. Okay, I wouldn't have gone with cuddly. Oh, here we go. All right, it's the nemesis. The last time we fought the nemesis, that was a slow drudgery of a fight. Ooh, but another level. Well, who doesn't like levels? I do. I like levels. Nemesis. Everyone with me? Is everyone ready to party? Because we've empowered it twice. A lot of poison resistance. A lot of mana. Ooh, a lot of mana. I'm going to be wearing that one. Get him, guys. Oop, that was not what I wanted to have happen. All my guys still alive? Looks like it. All my guys still alive? Good. One of my guys is dead. Let's resummon him. Well, we're getting close to the point where he's just going to fall over dead. Come on, 15%. Oh, actually, it's 10. We have it at 10 right now. There he goes. Boom. I mean, who doesn't like that? Strategically advancing to the rear. Well, I like to think I was just making sure that we didn't get snuck up on. You know? Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with that. Additional physical damage for minions. Okay. And that. Well, let's craft on this. We've got intelligence, which is our primary stat. Tempting. Level of marrow shards. Increased critical strike chance for you and your minions. Shared increased. Chance to apply damned. Vit. Dex. Those, I gotta say, those are a little disappointing. Chance to gain 20 ward on kill with hungering souls. That's not bad. I may be keeping the hungering souls. We only have one of the chance to apply increased necrotic damage. That's not... No, that's shared. Curses. Let's go with that. And intelligence. I feel smarter. I am most definitely smarter. I am more intelligent. There's a couple of chests in this room. I don't know if they ever actually have anything. But, a couple of affixes. I say that, and what drops? An entire set. Let's see. Increase minion damage, intelligence, cold resist, and melee cold damage. Yeah. Int, minion damage, fire resist. Yep. And the third piece. Minion melee damage, intelligence, lightning. I certainly see no reason not to wear this right now. Oh, I can't. I'm not high enough level to wear that. That's level 30. Okay. So we have the 2-piece bonus, though. My bone golem has a 5% chance when it hits to give me a potion. Still, those were some nice resists increases. Those are... Except for physical, my resists are in a really, really good place right now. But that's okay. Because nothing can do physical damage to me if I'm hiding. I mean, if I'm tactically putting myself out of harm's way behind my minions. Pebbles bite mark set. Something tells me Pebbles doesn't need it anymore. Yeah, I don't think so. Also, those were a lot of significantly increased damage numbers on my minions. As it was like a couple of points of, what, fire and lightning? Something, fire and lightning? Fire and cold? And a big bossy dude. Once he's gone, we're going to go back in time. Poof. To an ancient cavern. He killed my golem. Got a shrine that has me throwing shuriken every, like, second or two. That's another level. We'll return to the time we were in previously. I think... Oh, crap. No, we're almost here. We'll go this way first. Alright, make up my mind. Or I'll try to. Into the armory. Where there's some dudes, and they're all about to get completely overrun. And then we're going to have to fight a great big monster.
Death will not take me. That is too much.
And again, my inventory's full of crap.
Worthless, anyway.
Big monster incoming in 3, 2, and touchdown. Void fused forge. And we culled him. One complaint I definitely have, I wish they would get rid of. Ooh, we hit 15. We can now start using our Weaver's Will. Weaver's Will is a cool thing they added in the previous season. They're nice items to begin with, but they have here, you can see it has 18 Weaver's Will under the regular stats. Did it do it again? I think it did. For some goddamn reason, it keeps changing to full screen from borderless window. I don't want that. Here you can see it has Weaver's Will of 18. That means it's going to add 18 more affix points in up to 4, I think, different affixes. Could be anything. Could be really useful stuff to me. Could be utterly worthless. But regardless, it's still a good item. Just the way it is. But it could become stupidly good. I'm hoping for the stupidly good part, I have to admit. We need to go this way. Crafting forge. We've done a little crafting already. Talk to him. Yeah. Got that.
Take care of yourself.
Death will not take me.
Hey, we actually got a little ward there. Ward is temporary hit points. Over time, they vanish, they decay. Alright, that's 15% cull now. Anything that gets hit by one of my little floaty, hungering souls that has 15% of their base life or left, or less, instantly dies. It is great for dealing with bosses and big tough mobs. We have our first Weaver's Will affix has been added to the Swaddling of the Erased. And we can see that it is armor. And reduced bonus damage from critical strikes. That is tier 1. Armor is good, it reduces the damage you take, and reducing the damage you take from critical strikes is a particularly potent endgame affix, where a lot of the things you'll be fighting have high hit percentages and high crit multi, and that reduces the amount of damage you take, basically reducing your chances of getting one-shotted. And melee attack speed. That one's no use to this particular character. That's another level. Volatile zombies. The zomboids are pretty good. And that gives us Infernal Shade, and now is the point where we stop putting any points in there and we start saving them up for when we take our choice, which I think is going to be Warlock. We're going to go Warlock, I think. Not Necromancer or Lich. Let's Empower. Here we go again. Definitely died faster than the previous ones. Those additions to the minion damage add up. We need to talk to this guy. Let's all just talk to him. Into the lower district. Where we have a boss fight awaiting. Elder Panion, sadly, he's all messed up. He is not having a great life. All right, my boys did not die. That is the bad attack that I always seem to forget about when I'm fighting Panion. He's getting close to 15. He's getting close to 15. Called him.
Seems he failed to handle the Void's power. So much for their mighty elder. Pathetic.
We have another tear in time. We will now go to the extreme end of time.
What is this place? Everything's in pieces.
You seem a little disoriented. This is what is left. Don't. He might be kind enough to show you. Stay safe.
So far, I'm impressed for this. God, and it's got 2 LP. LP, Legendary Potential, basically allows you to smoosh a rare item, a yellow quality item, actually purple quality, but never mind, into a unique and make a legendary. In this case, randomly, 2 of the affixes would come. Say if I smashed this book into this book. This book would stay the same, but would get 2 of the affixes from this one. So obviously you want to have a really good item and smash it together. And that's how you can get something like this. This had 1 legendary potential, and so I smashed an item into it, another chest piece, and it got 125 health, which is the tier 5 max craftable. And 125 health at low level is a lot, as I'm currently at 500. So approximately 1/4 of my life comes from the health on that thing. We'll drop this off there. This off there. Quiet down there.
Hey there, want to try your luck?
Hold on to that. This one has, right, increased spell damage. Yeah, the Pebbles Collar, Int, cold resistance, minion damage, and minion melee, cold. And then Pebbles Bite Mark Sash, minion damage, Int, fire resist, melee fire, that combo. And if I had got up to 30. They've also made it now so you don't have to use all of the items for the set. You can apply the set bonuses onto regular items now, which is delicious. So still both at tier 1 they are. Nope. Nope. This, nope. At least until for the immediate future, as long as I'm still using any kind of minions. The minion damage mods are just too good. But we are about to choose our elite specialization. To use the Guild Wars 2 phrase, mastery is what it's called here. And
You've woken, I see your countless then close your eyes.
so I can choose Necromancer, and that gives me the Summon Wraith skill. Also, I have +1 to maximum skeletons, +1 to maximum skeleton mages, and my minions deal 50% more damage. You can see that if I wanted to keep playing minions, that's just a huge jump in power. I could also choose Lich, which would give me Reaper form, which is, it's pretty cool. 1% of damage dealt is leached as health, and spells and melee attacks deal increased damage equal to my missing health. So if I choose to lower my health, I do more damage. Yet at the same time, leech as health. But Warlock is a master of the forbidden arts. They tear into the essence of their foes, corrupting their spirits with relentless curses and hexes. I'll get Chthonic Fissure, which is every bit as awesome as it sounds. Also, chthonic is one of my favorite words, ever since I first discovered it. It's Greek, and it means of or pertaining to the underworld. Nice. Chthonic. 4% more damage per curse on the target, and 35% fire and necrotic damage. Yes. They've now added the ability to change masteries. You didn't used to be able to change masteries, but you can now.
I see that you are still you.
I am still me.
Will be necessary if our world,
Warlock,
our
baby.
reality, is to have any
Increased damage over time, 4% per point. Health, 4 per point. And add at 5 points, you get more damage over time, which does not scale with additional points. Or Chaos Flames. You deal increased fire damage and have a chance to ignite on hit with fire skills, and you deal increased necrotic damage and have a chance to inflict damned on hit with necrotic skills. Damn, that sounds good. Increased mana regen. That one leads to Cauldron of Blood. I think it is necessary when one says the word Cauldron of Blood to tent your fingers as if you were an archvillain. Bleed chance. When you cast a physical skill and enemies within 15 meters have a combined 24 or more stacks of bleed, you cast Rip Blood at up to 5 nearby enemies. And to gain bleed overload. Well, I mean, I don't think I'd want to overload my bleeds. Let's go with Chaos Flames. And what are we going to get rid of? So we have Chthonic Fissure. Wandering Spirits. I think we're going to lose. I mean, Rip is nice simply because it has no cost. But I think we're probably fine without. So I'm going to bust Chthonic Fissure there. What else do we have? Spirit Plague. Curses a target with a powerful necrotic damage over time effect, which lasts 3 seconds, spreads to a single target nearby. Yeah, I think we're going to lose the Bone Golem then so that we can curse. Yeah. Give me Spirit Plague. That's got no cost. I think we'll put Spirit Plague on the right clicky. Wandering Spirits there. Okay. Back to the council chambers. We have one more side quest to do down there. Plus we need to go through the
Greetings.
what do you know about time rifts?
Do not dwell on regrets.
I think we'll keep the Bone Boys around. No, I think we need to swap into... We need to start buffing our chthonic awesomeness. Alright, 3 points. Let's see. Chthonic Fissure costs less mana and refund some of the mana cost if there's a cursed player, rare enemy, or boss. Effect also works if you are cursed. Right now the mana cost on that is 42. Not cheap. My mon is 100 something. Chthonic Fissure deals more damage multiplicative. Effect is doubled if you are cursed. There are a lot of mechanics in this spec for cursing yourself. Lower cost, we could go up there. Tormenting and ignited enemy spreads all of your ignite stats, forming them with other enemies around it. Well, we can convert all of our fire to poison if we want. Ignite chance from all sources converted to poison chance. Over here. We have 3 points. That is, when tormented enemies die, they have a chance to release the spirit to inflict torment on another enemy within short distance. Chthonic Fissure deals more damage multiplicative. Other modifiers to rare enemies and bosses. That's pretty big. What about over here? Death from below. Fissure deals more direct damage. It is active, and you leech a portion of the damage it does. That sounds pretty freaking good, actually. Leech is always good. Now have additional fissures active at a time, but the spirits are released less frequently. There, the fissure gains a percentage of your global chance to ignite on hit as ignite chance per second. Kind of liking the sound of the right-hand side here. Fire damage converted to physical. Fissure's initial impact now hits enemies dealing spell fire damage. That opens up all of those. Yeah.
Gods be with you.
Now, we need to talk to Gaspar.
Ice, by you, thank you. There is an old passage to the
No more idols have opened up. Reach the surface. Find Artem's stash in the upper district.
is far to the east.
Is that the upper district? No, upper district. I never did find the upper district, but the precipice will get me there. Another side quest we need to get. I assume that I'm going to lose the bone golem because it's no longer spec'd. So the first time it dies, I think it goes away forever. I'll miss you, buddy.
Where are you going?
That guy, that piece of voice work in the game is particularly hilarious. Where are you going? We've got a third. Critical strike, avoidance, and dodge. So far, gotta say, they're not knocking my socks off. I have another pair of the gloves, though, so I have another shot at getting an awesome exhaust pair. he's back. For more. He's back for seconds. Ding 17. There he is. Ulikos the Betrayer. And he didn't last very long. Poor guy. I feel kind of sorry for him. It's over. Portal me back to town.
May Terra smile upon you. Farewell.
Alright, we got another point here. Chaos Flames. Oh gosh, we got the Cull. Hungering Souls cost less mana on fire projectiles and a wider cone. Cost isn't too much right now. You have a chance to cast Hungering Spirits when hit, but Souls cast this way mostly are going to have a single projectile. Grave Bond, Souls deal more damage multiplicative. Modifiers if you have at least one minion. I'm not sure how long I'm going to have a minion for. Souls deal additional spell damage based on your maximum mana, but fewer souls are created. Hungering Souls cost and fire projectiles in a wider cone. I'm not sure I really want them in a wider cone. What do we got up there? More damage over time. Multiplicative. It's a little cheaper mana. Go there instead. Damage over time. Versus Possessed. Causes you to deal more damage over time against possessed enemies. Go here. And there. There. Alright, we need to sell the crap and real quick go through
Yes.
what other goodies we have sitting around. Right now, I'm always going to have one as long as I'm using this. But this is mainly for minions. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for now. But it simply won't do in the long term. Yeah. Fire and poison damage.
Follow your feet.
Right, drop this in here. Check else what we got. Let's see. Lightning resistant. Current health lost. Ah, ward. I did want to try this out. Evade. Cool down for evade. Haste after using evade. What's the movement speed on that? 6? 6%? Are you kidding? What do I look like? Don't answer that. There's no need for you to answer that. There's the other set of gloves. Did we get? We have 3 of the 4 affixes have already showed up. The suffixes aren't bad. Prefixes, nothing to write home about. I'm going to drop this one here so we can swap them once we get the 4th affix there. Can't wear. It lost connection. Well, I'm certainly glad that it lost connection while I was in a base rather than running around outside. In town. I have more points. Oh, this is on a per character basis. Okay. It's opened up my Weaver tree, which is endgame stuff. Right, let's see. Chance to ignite on hit. Slow, apply frailty. I definitely want to at least try that out. Right. There are the other gloves. Let's see. Phantom Grip, minion skills. Boy, you could dual wield those. Oh, well, that one has +1 to minion skill. But we have a Font of the Enraged. Healing, spell damage, poison resist, endurance. Well, we definitely want one of these. That one. Slap that away. In there. Where sometimes I click on stuff and nothing happens. Anything else around here need to be glommed onto? I don't think so. Not yet, anyways. Alright, reach the surface. No. Oh, where the hell's the upper district? Did I not? We didn't find his stash, wherever it is. So we still have to do that. It's in this direction. Not far away. We've got no petsies. Ah, the gambler's fallacy. That's what that one's for. You may note my life seems to be really low. That's because it is. There's a series of different items that work in a particular way. Basically, they slowly drain your life by a percentage. But they also add ward, which is temporary hit points, as a percent of your life. So your ward recovers very quickly. But if your ward goes away, you don't have a whole lot of life to work with.
Yes?
And we'll stick with that for now, I think. Okay, and now we are off to start working our way towards the sunlit world. Although it's kind of a shithole there, too. Mind you, not the whole game, because we have 5 eras to work with. The Ancient Era, dinosaurs. The Divine Era, that's mostly where we started. The Imperial Era, where the world is ruled by a necromantic emperor. The Ruined Era, where the world is overrun by the Void. And the End of Time. Where time is ending. Come on. Does it get any better than Chthonic Fissure? I don't think so. I mean, it is both fissure, and it's chthonic. Tough to beat. He died quick. Your death has come. Well, I gotta say, so far, the chest piece seems pretty good. I don't think it's as good. There's another one which was invented by one of the early adopters of the game and well-known PoE streamers, Ziggy D, called Exsanguinous, which does that same mechanic with constant life drain, but rebuilding of ward. In the first couple seasons, the launch certainly, and then I think in the first season as well, Ward was overly powerful. And right now, the overpowered in the game belongs to the Sentinel and its subclasses. My Void Knight is level 81 and hasn't died, and I'm no hardcore quality player.
The cultists had a philosophy. The void transcends reality, and by embracing it, so could they. After all, this world was gone. If they devoted themselves to despair, would it welcome them?
Nope.
A form of hope. Desperate. Worthless in the end.
Yeah. Yep. You just can't trust the Void, guys. I mean, really. It's kind of there in the name. It's like chaos. You really gonna trust that? I mean... Alright, I want to spend these points because if I don't, they're going to keep popping up. Echo rewards, chance for doubling. The good stuff I know is down here. %7 chance for Ferric to aid. I'm not interested in that. Let's see. That. Two more points available. Where would we like to put those? There. There we go. Our Weaver's Will is now spent. We won't get the pop-up all the time telling me, hey, dude, spend it. Doesn't do anything until I get to the end game, but now it won't pop up and annoy me. I'm big on things that don't annoy me.
Your death has come.
Nice new animation for the waypoint activation. Thumbs up. Oops. Shrine. I'll now be casting fireballs. Everyone enjoy your flaming balls. What? A forsaken trail. Now I have rotating blades around me. Definitely feeling buffed up. Should check on the Weaver's Will on a couple of those items. Point. We're in Warlock, thank you. We have 2 points. Fire damage, ignite, necrotic. Come on. Tell me that doesn't sound good. The physical resist is still remarkably bad. Alright, so tier 2 on armor, tier 2 on the critical strike avoidance and dodge rating, tier 2 on the attack speed. Ring hasn't gotten any of them yet. We're still waiting. 17% elemental on that ring. That's delightful. Whoop. It is tough to sort of keep an eye on my health because it always looks like it's really low because it's really low. But I have a lot of ward to make up for it. But I can't really see the ward as easily out of my peripheral vision as I can the life. That is a whole bunch of life leech. I'm not sure how well that fits with the ward, except in those cases where I'm in danger of dying. But it does seem like it stacks up. Yeah. Another point. Got anything on that yet? Spell damage. Now we're talking. Stun avoidance. Sure, fine. That's nice too. But spell damage. Now we're talking. On account of I throw spells. What dropped over here? Another Tongue of the Aberrant Seer. Kind of gross when you think about it. Actually, still gross even if you don't think about it. You just don't really notice because you're not thinking about it. Armor and reduced damage from the critical strikes has hit the max. Actually, I think they can go higher than the craftable max. Into the cultists' camp. If they're described as cultists, you know they must be nice guys, right? I'm sure that's the case.
Farewell.
Don't you think? Let's sell a bunch of crap. But at this point we need to actually start looking at some of it because a lot of our gear is going to be outdated, so to speak. For instance, this one is mostly about melee, and it's got nice int, but other than that. Same thing here. The minion stuff is sort of getting deprecated. It's got cooldown and dodge and armor. 15 armor. I guess it's slightly better, ever so slightly better. I'm going to probably be keeping that for quite some time. That one will get put away. I like the mana. The tier, what, 6 mana? Yeah, tier 6 mana on that is very good. We talked to them. We've got another guy to talk to here.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Go on.
And the ruins of Welrun. The place is an absolute shithole, so you can tell it's not very well run. What did I forget to put in there? Ow. So now I have a movement skill. it consumes 13% of my health, which is not very much. And that'll heal back very quickly. I don't think that's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Gloop. Our first exiled mage. Basically, temporarily imprisoned for crimes of unknown nature. That's level 20. Ooh, we have a new skill added now. We get to add to our selection of skills. Chaos bolts. Gotta say, chaos bolts don't sound too bad. What do we have to drop? Drop the skeletons. We can just add them for now. Chaos bolts have a chance to ignite enemies. That would be good. Gas bolts deal more damage multiplicative to damned, ignited, bleeding, and frostbitten. Gas bolts hits have a chance to inflict enemies with damned. We're there. Gas bolts increase cast speed and they travel farther. Gas bolts. How about we split the difference? Oop, bad guy's coming. One of the ones we have to kill. Thank you. Who doesn't enjoy a meal that delivers itself? I need to actually take a better look at that. Spirit Plague is going to be replaced with the bolting of chaos. Alright, this guy. That was pretty good. Ward gained when you use a traversal skill. Or missing mana when you use a traversal skill. Those are experimental affixes. I am blowing some shit up. To move away so that I could safely check out what the next tier of passes have. Can't do that one. Spell damage per curse. +3 per point. Oh, 4 curses. Currently, I don't know. Let's see. Cultist Mind, you gain additional mana per point of intelligence. Yeah, we'll get a 5 up in that. Right now, Chthonic Fissure is a curse. That's it. I think I'm going to be losing my Skeletrons relatively soon. We've got a data point over here. Did we get all of the mobs we need to kill? I don't think so. No, there's at least one left. I can see him on the minimap. Yep, he's coming this way, I think. Where is he? Where is he? He's over there. We need to backtrack a little. He's coming right our way. There he is. Got him. My Skeletrons have passed. I like the round boys and their continual cries of, "I wish to learn!" So just grab-assing a build on my own, not following a build guide. It's going pretty well. Always a few dicey bits in the first few levels. But twinking out the character with a bunch of higher level stuff helps deal with that. The well-run Undercity awaits. I should note that twinking in gaming is not the same definition as twinking that you might find from the general populace. We're just going to use a nice balanced distribution. We have another point. Chthonic Fissure, I think. So we drop 4 in there. That's the leech. Damage to rares and bosses. Doubled if cursed, yeah. Alright, we have to talk to the last lich, as it were. the Weaver again. How are we doing on the Weaver stuff? We finish that up yet? No. Tier 5 on the suffixes, which are really good. We got 4 Weaver's Will left. And the ring, elemental resistance, spell damage. More spell damage, guys. Ramp that up. I have to find his phylacteries, which sounds like it ought to be a dirty word, but it's not. As far as you know. I am enjoying the Warlock so far. Previously, when I played the Warlock, I didn't feel like I had a good kind of understanding of why the build was working. Because I'm just kind of winging it here. I think I understand a little bit better why it's working. What the weaknesses would be, simply because I'm making the decisions rather than following the build guide. Fireballs! Everybody gets some flaming balls. Oops, my mana is low.
Your death has come.
Have to do something about that. And we have got his phylacteries, or soul repositories as he calls them. That's repositories, not suppositories. We still have tier 6 melee attack speed. Really, really quite good for a melee character. Up here, spell damage, necrotic damage, and elemental resistance. Okay, this one we're going to keep. At least until endgame. Because it's just going to get spell damage, necrotic damage. We're doing a lot of necrotic, and obviously a lot of spell damage. Stun avoidance is meh. And then the elemental resistance is good. Because elemental resistances are always good. Resistances generally are good. We are going to have to do something about mana. It's too easy for us to blow through our mana. Okay, we'll sell some crap. It's necrotic, right? It's necrotic on fire? Necrotic on fire is correct. Necrotic damage. That's a boatload of poison resist we'd lose. That's not bad for this level. That's minions stuff, so we can yoink that. Because that's necrotic and mana and fire and poison. Okay with that. Really, if I right-click on this NPC, it should just take me immediately to the shop. I shouldn't have to click shop. Because the only reason you're ever going to click on that NPC is because you want to sell stuff. Or possibly buy stuff. But regardless, either way, there is no need for there to be a conversation option. For now, I think the Mad Alchemist ladle is about as good as we're likely to get. increased elemental and fire damage. This here is giving me the historic minion isn't bad. And elemental resistance and movement speed. That's not a long-lived solution, but it seems right now that it's not bad. Dump off the stuff. A clean inventory is a happy inventory. I don't even know what a happy inventory would be. So I'm going to finish off the next map here, and then we'll finish off the cultists. Spoiler, they're bad guys. Who would have thought they might be bad guys? Cultists. Oh, we got a nemesis we want to. And we've got a loot lizard who dropped a metric shit ton of stuff. The nemesis we will empower again. Called him. Culling the bad guys never gets old, guys. Just... Not that way. That way's the wrong way. Do not go the wrong way. Go the right way. Monster's gonna come up and say hi. Hello there. You need to go back to the last. Calling it a town is an over-exaggeration. This has one Weaver's Will left. Is it really going to go to tier 6 on 3 things? I mean, very good for a melee class. Attack speed, armor and reduced crits, critical strike avoidance, and dodge, particularly for, say, the rogue equivalent. Because dodge and crit avoidance would be a big deal. That thing is... Yeah, that one's going to turn out just fine for this character. Oh, we're going to head to follow the cultists. We have a boss fight. And then we're back to Gaspar, I think. And then I'll be calling it an evening. Because if I called it a potato, that wouldn't make any sense at all. I do want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out. Really does matter. I should be back again tomorrow at the usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and in New Zealand. Probably with more Last Epoch, although I might also continue playing this evening. And we're going to free the souls for the final places. The void devours that hope from the world. Our bodies used as sacrifice that we may become one. Damn it. Called him. I'm not sure if there's call on Chaos Strike or Chthonic Fissure, but if not, I may keep the Hungering Souls around just for the call. Travel east, beyond the ruins of Welrun. The Shattered Valley. Thank you, Sanagol, for hanging, as always. Thank you. I'm going to pop back to the council chambers and call it an evening. So, back tomorrow, usual time, same bat channel. That's an old guy reference. Again, thanks for hanging. Hopefully, you will see me soon. Have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, afternoon. Choose one or more. I'm not picky. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.